Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and I really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel to spend some time with me today. And in today's episode, I'm going to pull out my crystal ball and I'm going to give you guys my prediction for the future of the Bassmaster tournament circuit, or the Bassmaster organization in their tournament realm, and the MLF organization, based upon my observations, my participation in the sport. And I've been wanting to do this video a long time because, guys, I'm really, I've got a lot of passion for the sport. I've been involved with both organizations for a long time, and I want to see them do well. I want to see them thrive. You guys know I'm critical of them because both of them have made a series of boneheaded moves over the past 3 or 4 years that I've continuously point out. But nevertheless, I want to see them do well. So I'm sort of going to give you my opinion on this, and whether or not anybody listens to it remains to be seen, but I'd be curious to get your guys' feedback as well. And guys, I got this video, I got almost all the way through it, and a train, these trains freaking come by the back of our house all the time, and the train started a couple minutes into the video, and I tried to get it working, and I filmed about 10 minutes, and I finally just had to start it over again because it was too loud. So anyway, guys, before we get started, a couple quick housekeeping tips that either you love to fast forward through or you listen if you like to support the channel. Just like to invite everybody, guys, to please hit that subscribe button if you like the content here. We are about 900 short of 150,000 subscribers, and by subscribing and hitting that like button and sharing the videos with your friends, you do a lot to help the channel. And also, guys, I'd like to invite everybody to please check out the Father's Day sale going on with my Solar Bat series sunglasses now. 30% off right now, and any purchase over $98, you get a free pair of Solar Bat safety glasses free with that. So I'll put all those links in the description, and thanks for listening to the plugs there. Okay, guys, I've been involved with both of these organizations forever. I want to talk about Bassmaster and MLF both. Let's talk a little bit about MLF first. MLF, which was formerly FLW, which was formerly the Red Man Tournament Circuit, I've been fishing them since 1984. My first year fishing the Red Man Circuit. Qualified for the All-American, was the Red Man All-American back then. Now it's the MLF All-American, I guess. And anyway, so I've been involved with them for a long time, fishing their tournaments. Now, first of all, let's talk a little bit about the 3 different tournaments they have. They've got the Bass Pro Circuit, they've got the Toyota Series, and they've got the BFL events. The BFL events and the Toyota Series, guys, are 2 of the best run tournament circuits I've ever fished. I love fishing them. I fished them the last couple of years. Tournaments are, it's no secret, guys, that tournaments are a money pit. Every tournament circuit is a money pit. You'd be better off if you go to Las Vegas and throw your money down on the blackjack table rather than fishing tournaments. But that being said, the Toyota Series and the BFLs, in terms of what it costs versus the potential payout, is pretty decent. You can win over $200,000 in the Toyota Series Championship if you qualify. There's big money in the BFLs if you make it all the way through and win the All-American there. So at least you do have some potential at a fairly reasonable entry fees for both things. And the fact that, they're usually closer to your house, it's affordable for weekend dudes that like to fish and people that don't like to travel. So I think that they have a great future. They've been around for a long time. I don't see them going anywhere. In fact, if everything else goes down the tubes, I think you'd see the Toyota Series and the BFLs remain intact. Now, not so much for the Bass Pro Tour. Guys, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I have a bad taste in my mouth for the Bass Pro Tour. I don't think it was right what they did when they segmented the sport and created the Bass Pro Tour and sniped 75% of the Bassmaster Elite Series top pros over there by dangling this big financial carrot in front of their nose, which never did materialize. We've all seen the huge exodus of people wanting to leave the Bass Pro Tour over the years to come back to the elites. And what happened is, when they had that split, it was one of the worst things that ever happened to pro fishing, because when the Bass Pro Tour was started, it essentially made it 10 times harder to make a living as a professional angler. It's like there were more pros out there, the pie got smaller and smaller and smaller, and as far as being able to make a living from the endemic side of fishing, it just got tougher and tougher and tougher. Dang, that thing train's back again. It's like, see if we can go in here. So from that standpoint there's a lot of negativity surrounding the Bass Pro Tour compared to the other circuits that they have, the weekend circuit and the regional circuits. So on top of that, it's like, they're having a hard time getting sponsorships, because what's happened is tournament fishing and tournament anglers in general do not have value to sponsors like they used to. It's like everything has been replaced by social media. It doesn't matter how good of a tournament angler you are, they simply can't create the same impressions and build the same type of brand recognition for a sponsor as somebody that has a big social media following or a big YouTube following. That's the reality of the situation, and that is why tournament organizations, as well as tournament anglers, struggle to get sponsorships. MLF struggles to get them. The Bassmaster Elite Series struggles to get them. So I don't have a real, positive outlook for the future of the Bass Pro Tour in terms of, I just think they have a tremendous amount of financial challenges ahead of them. It's very difficult to consistently maintain and keep up that big of a sponsor stable that's necessary to maintain that tournament circuit, unless Bass Pro Shop just wants to just keep funding them. Obviously, they have the bank to do that. MLF would not need another sponsor if Bass Pro Shop decided to get past them. But I don't know, guys. I just don't like it. I can't, to be honest with you, I cannot get into the Bass Pro Tour. I have no interest in it. It doesn't excite me. It doesn't interest me. One thing they have done well that I'll give them credit for is the catch and instant release instead of putting them in a live well. That's a huge thing for the sport. I think all tournaments need to do that. So I will give them kudos to that. But I don't have a real positive outlook on that. Now, Bassmaster, let's get into that. Bassmaster, I have a terrible feeling about the future for Bassmaster. I think they are in terrible hands. I think the management there is way in over its head. I think they're detached from reality of the situation. I think that they are beholden to the electronic companies to a level that it has really tarnished their brand name almost irreversibly. It's like they have alienated so many longtime members and longtime fans from digging their heels in on this forward-facing sonar that I've seen it. I mean, I've seen thousands of comments about people that have, not renewed their memberships or canceled their memberships or will not watch the show. They say the show's dead to them anymore. They say Bass is dead to them. And that's a self-inflicted wound that they created on their own simply because the management does not know any better. So from that standpoint, when you're looking at the Bassmaster Opens and you're looking at the Bassmaster Elite Series out there, there's nothing positive on the horizon with that. What you're seeing right now is you're seeing the base of Bassmaster, the long-term base of the people that have supported that. They are being alienated, and they are mad at the organization because they have obviously set this new business model where they just are completely catering to the younger anglers. And the way that the Bassmaster Opens are set up with the use of forward-facing sonar, it's going to create, it's already there almost, but within the next 2 or 3 years, you're going to have an entire Elite Series field comprised of anglers that the majority of the hardcore bass fishing base, they don't even know who they are. They don't know who they are. They don't like watching them because they're just staring down at the screen all the time. I think that they are in for a very difficult time ahead in terms of interest, in terms of viewership, in terms of sponsor engagement, all the way around. You cannot support an organization with a small base of just people that are attracted to younger anglers and forward-facing sonar. That's not what the sport is. The base of this sport does not support that, and Bassmaster has refused to acknowledge that. Now, the college and high school anglers out there, I think that I really like that program, but I think there's a bit of an exaggeration about really how big that is and the impact that it has on the organization. Bassmaster does not have a grassroots tournament trail like MLF does with the BFLs. That's the problem with it. And it never needed that before, because before, you always had the Bassmaster Tournament Trail or the Bassmaster Top 100 Circuit, the Bassmaster Top 150 Circuit, and it set the baseline for what a true professional angler was in terms of showcasing somebody's skills and talents that took a long time to learn. So anglers, they developed this fan base of people like Denny Brower and, Gary Klein and Rick Klein and, Larry Nixon and Roland Martin, these people that have been in it a long time. But when you constantly have these new faces coming up, constantly, it's nonstop rotation of new faces, staring down at an electronic screen, that's a recipe for failure, in my opinion, from what I know about the sport and what I know about the people that watch it and the base of it. So I don't have a good feeling about the future of Bassmaster unless they get new management. And the best thing that could happen with the Bassmaster is that they sold out to somebody that fishes, that somebody that has been in the industry forever, that somebody that understands how devastating forward-facing sonar is to the future of the sport and how devastating forward-facing sonar has been to the Bassmaster brand. The Bassmaster brand is toxic to a lot of long-term supporters of that organization because they've dug their heels in on this forward-facing sonar, and they've changed the sport in terms of it's not even recognizable in terms of having heroes to follow. The heroes are no longer there. The heroes have been weeded out by forward-facing sonar. So there has been the inept management within Bassmaster, again, has created a self-inflicted wound with that organization that I don't know is fixable. Like I said, if it could all change overnight, guys. If somebody said, okay, or take for example me, guys, if me or somebody like-minded like me wins the Powerball and we win $900 million and decide to buy Bassmaster and clean house on the thing, change it completely, take it back to the way it was like when Ray Scott had it, completely change and shift the paradigm of the industry, it would be back on top again. But not the way that they're going right now. There's no transparency. It's like they can't make up their mind what they want to do. They're influenced by the electronic companies that, press their neck to the ground. They're just not in very good hands right now. And I hate to see that because I'm somebody that loves Bassmaster. I've loved and I've been part of Bassmaster since the mid-1970s, and I'm just disgusted to see what has happened to that organization, as is, tens and thousands, hundreds of thousands of other bass anglers out there. So anyway, guys, overall, just looking into the crystal ball here, I don't have a good feeling about the future of Bassmaster or MLF on their top level circuits, the Bass Pro Tour or the Elite Series. I don't have a feeling good about Bassmaster on anything, but I do have a good feeling about the BFLs and the Toyota Series. If you guys want to fish a good tournament and a really well-run event, get in the BFLs or get in the Toyota Series and check those out there. So anyway, guys, let me know what y'all think about it, and we'll check in later. See you.